Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. Welcome to another beautiful Tuesday. It's going to be a great night tonight. The big interview, or should I say the big reasoning, with informative history man, right here on Reggae Storm Radio. And CJ, how you doing? Holly Palmer, how you doing? Make sure you share the live. Informative history man will be with us momentarily. Linford Wilson, how you doing? It's going to be a great show tonight. It's Tuesday, so you know it's Kambooster interview night. And our special guest is the informative history man right out of Jamaica. He will be joining us momentarily right here on ReggaeStormRadio.com. We're also live on Instagram, Kambooster_productions, and on Kambooster's main page over there on Facebook. So I'm just asking you to tag a friend, share the live, tell a friend to tell a friend that Kambooster is on. It's going to be a great night. So we're going to kick it off in a bit. All right, giving you some time to share the live. I just want to shout out to everyone who is, locked in on the radio, ReggaeStormRadio.com. All the people who are listening there, we have to show thanks and appreciation to all our listeners all over the world. All right, so it's a great night, definitely. Looking forward to this big bad interview, yeah. The informative history man will be telling us a lot tonight. We'll be learning his history class. So make sure you get a drink and you take your rightful spot because you don't want to miss this.
Good morning, students.
Good morning, teacher.
Today we're going to talk about African inventors and their inventions.
Our people are known as Ma Africa. They came from Ethiopia down the Nile Valley to Kemet, known as Egypt, the first established civilization, informative instrument, destination. We are Africans, inventors and their inventions, but no one about them we make information. Africans, inventors and their inventions, wanna listen to the informative instrument. Africans, inventors and their inventions, but no one about them we make information. Africans, inventors and their inventions, wanna listen to the informative instrument. Africans make paper, just an alphabet. Father of medicine, the great immortal. Africans regard the inner civilization. Heroic and popular invent by James Adam. Black people know yourself and try stand up firm. Biscuit butter made by AP as burn. Make me say hands them who not support dead. LCD invent the folding dead. Africans inventors and their inventions. Don't know what about them we make.
We have so much to learn tonight. David, how you doing?
Inventions. Wanna listen to the
Buzz Ralph, how you doing?
history man. Watch it, the tree, man, you get a small axe. E.G. Beckett invent the letterbox. Picture of it, physical fit. L.F. Brown invent the ass rifle bit. Enough of them are wrinkle, a bend and all a screw. Oscar E. Brown invent the ass shoe. Babylon create the sickness, but how we have the cure. John A. Mudd invent the lawnmower. Africans inventors and their inventions. The know about them will need information. Africans inventors and their inventions. Wanna listen to the informative history man. man. Listen, history man, and hear that one, yeah. Origin marksman invented typewriter. Them say after storm, it must be a calm. R.A. Butler invented alarm. And who you think invent the peanut butter? Is a little black man named J.W. Carver. Enough of them a laugh like them take it for joke. And him see him one invent lotion and soap. Africans inventors and their inventions. We know one about them.
Informative history man.
Africans inventors and
The teacher.
inventions. When I listen to the informative history man, you need to study more about your ancestor. Alexander might invent the elevator. Black was first made the truths and right. Garrett Morgan invent the stoplight. Ancient Abyssinia, that is my home. Emerson idea invent cellular phone. House of London, people run come here. Tom J. Marshall invent the extinguisher. J. Standard invent refrigerator. Paul E. Williams invent the helicopter. Black people are enough things that I still don't know. Joseph Dixon invent piano. And some they get famous and me a band superstar. Robert Junior Fleming invent the guitar. Me tramp to the dragon and me tramp to the beer. J.B. Winter invent the wheelchair. Granville Woods invent roller coaster. Telephone transmitter, fire escape leather. The incubators of the earth that are Ethiopia. I found living from in the Mama Africa. Reggae and dancehall, Jamaicans invent that. DJ Cool and him invent hip hop. And him same one that they found that they rock. Somehow come some people still run leather chat. Frederick M. Drunk on the policemen bodies. And him invent the automatic gear shift. How we invent most of the things from the scene. Augustus Jackson invent the ice cream. Louis Sanderson say we are kings and queens. And him invent the urinalysis machine. Elijah McCoy invent lubricator. John L. Love invent pencil sharpener. Maurice W. Lee invent the pressure cooker. A.L. Lewis invent window cleaner. Take plane without shoes from out of Jamaica. That was invented by Mota Baruka.
The voice of the informative history man.
Africans inventors and their inventions.
Knowledge is power.
No one about them bringing information. Africans inventors and their inventions. When I listen to the informative history man. Africans inventors and their inventions. Don't know what about them bringing information. Africans inventors and their inventions. When I listen to the informative history man.
I hope you are ready. Ready to learn. Knowledge can't too much more. We're live on reggae.com. We're live on Instagram, Kambooster_productions. We're live on my main page over there on Facebook. We will be holding a great reasoning momentarily with the informative history man. So much knowledge, to get in tonight. I hope you all are ready to soak it all in. Trish, how you doing? Noreen Henry Forbes, how you doing over there on Instagram? Blessings. It's nice to see some familiar faces, of course. But our new listeners and new viewers, you're always welcome. And I always tell you, it will maybe your first time seeing me, but definitely, or if you're on the radio, someone share the link, your first time listening, but it will definitely not be the last. None at all. All right, the informative history man will be joining us in a second. So, in a minute or so. So I just want you all to share the live, tell some people to come on and listen, because we can't keep all this knowledge to ourselves. We want to learn some more about him and, about a lot of the information that he has put in in songs, all right? He has traveled the world. He has been there, done that. So, you know, we need to know a lot about him tonight. So share the live, you know, and let's get this great reasoning, you know, kicked off. All right.
Rastafari is his name. I am Selassie the first and Empress Melanie without a doubt. Selassie, Rastafari. Plead my cause, O Lord, that Rastafari, them that strive with I. Fight against sin and not fight against I. Take hold of shield and buckler and stand up for right help. Draw out arms and spear and stop the way against them that persecute I. Say unto my soul, I am thy salvation. Let them be confounded and put to shame that seek after my soul. Let them be turned back and brought to confusion and devise my heart. Let them be as chaff before the wind.
Informative instrument.
Let them wait.
Chant Psalm 35, yeah. Young lion, how you doing? Fire boss, how you doing?
They have need for I their net in a pit, which will cost. They have deep for our soul. Let destruction talk on him and awareness, and let his never be hard. He cast himself in the very destruction. Rastafari is his name. I am the Selassie the first and Empress Melanie without a doubt. Selassie, Rastafari. Plead my cause, O Lord, that Rastafari, them that strive with I. Fight against sin and not fight against I. Take hold of shield and buckler and stand up for right help. Draw out arms and spear and stop the way against them that persecute I. Say unto my soul, I am thy salvation. Let them be confounded and put to shame that seek after my soul. Let them be turned back and brought to confusion and devise my heart. Let them be as chaff before the wind, and let the angel of the Lord chase them. Let their way be dark and slippery.
This is Natty King, how you doing?
Execute them. Follow their course. They have need for I their net in a pit, which will cost.
Chant Psalm 35.
Soul.
Informative instrument.
Talk on him and awareness.
Canada in the house, blessings, blessings, blessings. Big up yourself.
Their destruction. Let him fall. La. You should have got hurt, the boss said me not to come. You rent to a man, you did not know what I'm done. A police back me come, when the stopping start run. Never know COVID that's too much enemy. The wife and the children, them my eyes from me. The mother and the father, them disown me. When the child call me friends, them not answer me. They can't take me no more.
Hope you are ready. Informative instrument. So many of us asked for the Jamaica that we had before. Wish those days could come back, right? Can't sleep with the door open again.
You should have got hurt, the boss said me not to come. You went to a man who did not know what I'm done. A police back me come, when the stopping start run. Never know COVID that's too much enemy. The wife and the children, them my eyes from me. The mother and the father, them disown me. When the child call me friends, them not answer me. They can't take it no more. Give me the Jamaica, when we did that before. They can't take it no more. Give me the Jamaica, when we did that before. This a COVID that mad to rot it. It kills from the most spontaneous. It looks like COVID that mad to rot it. The never yet serious to see the again. Let us the man man take up in a man. And as a nigga can do it, that's all. All of us was for the action back. COVID zero.
Come on, listen, come on, come on.
They can't take it no more. Give me the Jamaica, they need that before. They can't take it no more.
Welcome, Leroy, how you doing? welcome. It's the Mark Live, how you doing? We're live on Instagram, Kambooster_productions. Happens Bar, how you doing? We're live on Facebook, Kambooster main page. We're live on ReggaeStormRadio.com. So wherever you're listening or watching me from, big up on yourself. It's a great night, don't move the dial. We'll be talking to the informative history man, straight out of Jamaica. Wow, the informative history man is gonna join us on the line, on the phone lines here at ReggaeStormRadio.com. I hope you're all ready for this. Ready for history class, ready to hear about the history, ready to hear about the artist himself, you know, the songwriter, the artist, the reggae artist, you know. He has a lot of accolades behind his name. He has done it all in the industry, you know, but tonight we definitely want to hear it from him, you know, how it all started and everything. So in a moment, he will definitely be joining us. So make sure you all are ready for this one. All right, so I'll just still give Kambooster is on, and Kambooster radio show is about to, interview show is about to kick off, yeah. All the familiar faces, make sure you share the live, because definitely you can't afford to not let somebody hear this one. All right, it's a big thing, big thing. All right, so let's try to get History Man on the line. God's child, how you doing? Glory, how you doing? Thank you, young lion. Trying to get the answers on the line, yeah. Enjoy his music in the meantime. King Malaki, how you doing? not the Jamaica that we had before. Without any further ado, for the very first time, right here on ReggaeStormRadio.com, straight out of Jamaica, the reggae artist, the songwriter, informative history man. Welcome,
yes,
my brother.
greetings and blessings.
Greetings.
It's more a pleasure to have me on here, Kambooster.
It is definitely my pleasure, my brother. Definitely. I'm honored to have you for the very first time on Reggae Storm Radio.
Yes, it's more a pleasure for me to be here, to reason with the eye and to share the info with the people. Absolutely. Because we have to always remember that the richest man on earth is not the man with the money, but the man with the information. Because when the man with the money gets sick, he still have to seek the doctor with the information. So it's always a pleasure to share, because we are all students and teachers, because we learn from each other. One person cannot know it all.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more with you on that one. So where does this beautiful Tuesday evening find you? Where in Jamaica?
I think you're a little bit low, so I'm not hearing you that clear.
Let me try to turn it up for you. Absolutely. Can you hear me better now?
All right, let's try it again. I know it's technology, that's how it is.
Yes, sir. That's so true. Are you hearing me better now?
Yes, I think so.
Okay, wonderful. I was asking you, where in Jamaica do you find yourself on this beautiful Tuesday evening?
Okay, right now I'm in Greenwich Town, Kingston 13.
Okay.
And Greenwich Town is one of the places that produce a lot of artists. Sammy Dread, Michael Traffic, Derek Morgan. You know, and the list continues, you know, a whole lot of artists coming out of Greenwich Town right here, you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, that's amazing. That is amazing.
Yes.
One moment. Okay, great. Now, your journey goes way back. Informative history, man. It goes way back. It's not, as they would say, you're not any new bird to this. You've been in the music industry for a while now. Let's just start out with how you got this name, Informative History Man. Was this the name you actually started out with?
No. Well, to be honest, I used other stage name before History Man. At one time I was Andrew Black, then I was Falasha, and then History Man came about, I think it was 93. I entered the Tasties competition. Tasties is really the second talent show we have in Jamaica, because the first talent show is Mr. Vajan talent show. That talent show, people like Bob Marley and Derek Morgan and all of those brothers has passed through that talent show, because that was in that era. Then 79, Casey's talent show come about. So I entered in, I think it was 93. So I go on stage as Andrew Black and I came off as History Man.
Okay.
Because I did a piece about Jamaica history. So the people started to call me History Man.
Yes.
So who am I not to accept the good things that the people bestowed upon me?
Exactly.
So I accepted History Man.
Yeah.
And then I think it was about 2000. I was selected to do a song for the Jamaica AIDS support in order to help to spread the awareness and to sensitize people about HIV. Tell them to make sure they use a condom if they actually are with more than one partner. So while I was in the studio recording the song, the engineer was John Isis. He's also a recording artist.
Yes.
And because of the amount of information I put in the one song, he said, no man, you're supposed to be informative history man and not just history man. And that's how informative get to connect it to History Man and make it informative History Man.
So that is actually your stage name now. That's what you go by.
That it is. That it is. For the past 20, 22 years, the informative History Man.
Yes. Wow, amazing. That's good to know. See, we're learning. Now,
Yes.
so we learned about how, your first talent show and things like that. But tell us a little bit about informative History Man's life growing up, school. Tell us about that. Was history something that you've always been Go ahead.
Okay, so actually I was born in Kingston. My mother is from St. James, a place called Maroon Town in St. James. That's about maybe 32 miles out of Montego Bay. My father is a Clarendonian. He's from a place called Peckham, but he was one of the postmen that works at the #1 post office here in Kingston. So my mother left Montego Bay to Kingston when she was 14, and to start a new life, because Kingston really is a place like when you're at Jamaica and you say, boy, I want to see if I can go overseas to make a change of life and see people around America, Canada, England. When you're in the countryside of Jamaica, most people want to go to Kingston or to Montego Bay because those are the two capitals to see if life can change. So she choose to come to Kingston. After my father finished school, he has to have relative in Kingston, and he chose to come to Kingston and to start a career as a postman. So that's where they met, and out of that relationship, they have produced 2 children.
Yes.
My sister, which is the eldest, and then me, come from a union.
Yes.
So we grew up both in Kingston, in St. James, and in Clarendon.
Wow. 3 places.
In both. We grew up in those three areas.
Yes, yes. I'm sure you enjoyed staying in Kingston more back then, right?
Well, most of my life is really Kingston.
Yes. So tell us about when you actually, went to school. Tell us a little bit about that part and, the history part of, was history, the subject history, was that something that you're always fascinated with?
I would say yes, because I like to read.
Yes.
And well, actually, we started off in Bumperall here in Kingston. When I go to St. James, then I go to Chatsworth College, I go to Malden. Secondary, it's now high school. That's in Summerhill in Malden. And then I come back to Clarendon. Should have go to Edwin Allen, but it never happened. So I moved back to Kingston. So I went to William Middle Academy. And then I moved to the public universities. Because the public university is the biggest university.
Yes, it is.
Because everyone who goes to UWI, UTech, Harvard, and all of these universities, they still have to come back into the public to share what they learn. So
exactly.
My university was a public university. That's where I graduated from.
Exactly.
But because I like to read, then reading, I realized that there are so many mendacious books and pamphlets, words of lies about Africa and Africans, because most of these history books, it make it look as if Africa began with slavery, not showing us that there was civilization long before slavery began.
Right.
That we were the first mathematician, we were the first astronomer, we invented the alphabets. Imhotep was the father of medicine, and the list continue. So by reading books, get a chance to get books and newspaper from Africa, it helps to open my knowledge wider and to do more researches. Then growing up as a Seventh-day Adventist youth and realizing that there is so much myth and mythology, I decided to make a transition.
Yes.
So I decided that I want to tread more on the historical side and not the mythical side.
Yes, yes.
So making that transition from what you call a Christian to a Rastafarian, that helps to mold and shape me into what I am today.
So how did, you grew up in the Seventh-day Adventist faith. So how did your family take that, when you wanted to transition into being a Rastafarian?
Well, as you know, the Bible already say, when your mother and your father forsake you,
Yes.
the Lord said that he will prepare more mother and more father for you. If you lose 2 brothers and 2 sisters for his name, then you will gain 10 sisters and 10 brothers. So because I come to that knowledge, I know that I will be rejected, but I know that I will gain more than what
You lost.
have been rejected of me. So it's never all that hard to do that, because I know that is what is going to happen.
Yes.
Your mother, your father, your brother, your sister, girlfriend, they're going to forsake you. But when they forsake you, the Lord will take you, and he will multiply that which you have lost. Because we see it with Job. Job has lost his sons, his daughters, wife, cattle. But he held out, he stood fast in his faith.
Yes.
And when the devil tried to test him, he said, no man, they are hold firm. And at the end, all that he had lost was restored. Multiply. So he lost 10 cow, he get back 100. He lost 4 or 5 sons, he gone 20 and 30. Yeah, so that's how it is.
Amazing, and that's a great way to look at it, because not every time or all the time when what you want to do, your passion is accepted by family, and a lot of people can relate to that. Some family probably they want the best, they think what they want is probably the best for their children. For example, the people who push being a doctor, being a lawyer, being those professions where society say high class profession. And probably that's not what you want, history man. That's not.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes. So
well, why the world is so beautiful is because of all the people that is into the world. Everyone cannot be the same.
That is so true.
Yeah.
That is so true. Amazing. All right, if you're just joining us, welcome. We're live on Instagram, Kambooster_Productions. We're live on Facebook, Kambooster main page, and we are indeed live on ReggaeStormRadio.com. We have a special guest tonight with us, all the way from Kingston, Jamaica. Informative history man is his name. He's a recording artist, yes, and I have the pleasure of speaking with him. He's full of knowledge, and this is definitely something that we need, especially in a time like this. So welcome to everyone. Alpha Drone Films, blessings, eyesight over there on Instagram. Miss Diamond Promotions, how you doing? Gary Brown, Martha, and the entire Facebook crew, and everyone who's locked and loaded on ReggaeStormRadio.com. This is definitely DJ Kambooster. Thank you so much for showing your support and joining us with this great interview tonight. Let me just play a little part of one of his songs. This one is called Love is the Answer by the Informative History Man. I'm going to just run the track right now.
Chinese people, Indian people, love is the answer, give it to the people. I saw so many fancies from different races. Please put a smile on your beautiful faces. Bless up the man dove up the landis. They are the one them who carry the bandits. From this generation to the next 70s, give thanks and praises, open up your answers. We are the ancient, come long and ages. For the world to perform, you must get your wages. Always the people, good and bad people.
I love this one. I love this one. Love is the answer. Informative history, man. You're locked into Reggae Stone Radio.
Always the people, good and bad people, black and white people, we are all the people, Chinese people, Indian people, love is the answer, give it to the people. I saw so many faces from different races. Please put a smile on your beautiful faces. Mess up the man does up the dandies. They are the one them who carry the dandies. From this generation to the next centuries, give thanks and praises, open up your answers. We are the ancient, come long and ages. For the world to perform, you must take your wages. Always the people, good and bad people, black and white people, we are all the people, Chinese people.
Love is the answer. Informative history, man. I love this one. Tell us a little bit about this song. Is it on an album or is it just a single?
Oh no, that song it is featured, and my latest album, it's called Time with Patience. That album was released in April of 2022, and that song was recorded in Canada for a producer in Canada from the Five Rivers label.
Yes.
And of course, that inspiration came while I was in France one day, and I was riding a bicycle with me and another virgin, and a car bad drive him while he was riding, and there was a little confrontation, and then the Irish just said, why, there will be always people, good and bad people wherever you go,
Yes.
and that's how that song really come about, yeah.
It was recorded in Canada.
Yeah, that was recorded in Mississauga at the Five Rivers recording studio.
Okay, wow. That is amazing. So have you ever performed in Canada?
Oh yes, I perform in Canada, I perform in America, I perform in France, in Germany, in Portugal, in Mexico, in Colombia. I perform a lot, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, man, I perform, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Tell us a little bit about the reception you get when you perform overseas. Informative history.
Well, to be frank, the reception is much better than Jamaica, because you know what? Those people outside of Jamaica, they read and they know the history of the music. They know your history more than you, because remember they write it and give it to you. So when you can go on and read back from not from the book, from the paper book, from the book of your heart and mind to them, you can recite what they give to you and what you have improved on it. Because remember, we are the first etymologists, so of course we can still share words that they never had to the book.
Yes.
So when you can do that, they really appreciate it. They come to you and say everything you say is true. Like I could remember one time I was in south of France performing, and after the show had ended, a lot of white people come and say, history man, everything you say about the African inventor is so true. Yeah, because they know. What the African inventor, it consists of 56 inventors in their inventions. Yes. Because most of the things that we think is not real being invented, the persons that claim it, they only patent it, but they are not the inventor.
True.
They just patent it and claim it.
Yes. Yes.
But they are not really the inventors. So even today, now, if you go to some places, you would be amazed. You hear an artist inside perform and you think he's a Jamaican artist, but when you go in there, it's not really a Jamaican. It's somebody from that place, whether you're in China or in Japan or in France or Germany. You hear somebody sound like a Jamaican, but when you go in there, you would amazed. It's not a Jamaican, but it's Jamaican accents and Jamaican song.
Yes.
You know?
They know it. Yes.
So, And that is still good because it shows that we are creators, you know.
That is true. And you know, with me living in the States, so often, you know, other races, people want to learn the patois. They actually, you know, love and appreciate it sometimes even more than us Jamaicans, to be honest with you. And it's a good look when they want to, you know, they want to learn about our history, about our language, about our culture. That is actually something great. And we embrace that.
Yes.
We have a fan over there in Canada who is sending a shout out to you, Friar Boss over there in Canada. He says, love, blessings to you, History Man.
Yeah, man. Give thanks, man. Love and blessing and respect to you and the family. Yeah.
Wonderful.
That's how it is, man. Wherever we are, we just connected, you know?
Absolutely. We have to do it. Now you mentioned that Love is the Answer is from an album. We have listeners all over. So I want you to repeat the name of that album. You said it was released April 2022. So it's almost a year since that album is out.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about
the
album. Tell us a little bit about
it. Well, as I said before, the album is called Time with Patience. It's on any platform, every platform. So once you type Time with Patience, Informative History Man, automatically the album comes up. It's on all the platforms. There's Spotify, Tidal, all of them. Well, that album consists of 17 tracks. And it's not like the Chronology Volume 1, which consists of 17 historical tracks. This one is outside of the historical side, just to show the people how versatile the history is, but we still keep it conscious and positive the same.
Absolutely. Love that. So how many albums in all do you have out there on all platforms right now?
Well, I have 3 albums, but I have a lot of singles because right now I have 123 songs out there.
Wow, that's amazing.
So we're working on Chronology Volume 2 because people are really eager for the history. Now they are eating up the history.
Yes.
So we're working on Chronology Volume 2.
Yes.
And Volume 2 will consist of history of Bonnie Whalers, Peter Tosh, Mutabaruka, Barack Obama, Martin Luther King, Barry G, Barrington Gardner, which is one of our famous radio disc jockey here in Jamaica.
Yes.
It's gonna have a history about reggae music, you know, because some of the founding fathers who had really helped to shape the music to what it is today, they don't really get any recognition, you know. So we have one about reggae music. That's gonna also feature on the album.
Yes.
And we have a real archive of information coming out and Chronology Volume 2, you know. So as soon as it's out, I mean, you will be one of the first to know, and our listeners, of course, will get a taste of it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, people are really anticipating to hear that one because, as I said before, information is everything.
Absolutely. Can't do without the information, yes. Absolutely. Now, how soon can we look forward to getting that, for it to be released? Do you have
well, we were trying to see if we could have it for February, the so-called Black History Month, because we know it's Black History Year, but it never manifested. But we are working on it slowly but surely.
Yes.
So sometimes you have to just allow the Most High God to create and work the miracle for you. You can't do it all, you know. You will try, you know, say, well, I want this to happen tomorrow. But if the Father doesn't want that to happen tomorrow, there is no way possibly it's going to happen. So because I trust Him to pilot me, you know, in my endeavor, I just have to wait on Him until when Him say, yes, son, this is it now, it's time for this one. Then I just work with it.
That is so true. So true. If you're just joining us, we are online right now with the informative History Man. great reggae artist, you know, out of Kingston, Jamaica. He's online with us here on at reggaestormradio.com. Detroit Live Vibes Scam, blessings to you over there on Facebook. Sean Viral TV on Instagram, and Plessimo, blessings. Thank you so much for joining us. We're learning a lot, getting a lot of knowledge from, you know, the knowledge master himself, informative history man. So we have to make use of it and take it right here. Now I have this song, and it's called Bob Marley's Story. I have it right on my turntable right here, informative history man. It's a great song. A lot of information about, you know, the reggae king himself, Bob Marley. What inspired you to write a song like this?
Well, I mean, first and foremost, we have to understand that, you know, anyone who come and embrace Rastafari and put forward that work is really a messenger of the Most High and a voice of the voiceless. Mm-hmm. So, being Bob Marley, being a Rasta, you know, because the Rasta, we have to understand, say, Rastafari is really liberation, you know, from the down oppression of Babylon. Yes. See? It is also a Black Power movement, a spiritual nucleus. So, when it really started out, it started out as a resistance against imperialism and colonialism. See? Yes. The former slaves thought that England was really the motherland and not Africa, you know, so Rastafari helped to shape the consciousness into liberation through Pan-Africanism, which is really evolved from Marcus Garvey to Leonard Orwell, who is really the forefather, you know. So, as a liberation movement, you know, I mean, a lot of people who find themselves in an oppressive state take unto themselves Rastafari liberty. See? So, a man like Bob Marley who helped to uphold the field and to share it worldwide. I really have to ensure, say, I secure his legacy. Because remember, Bob Marley's father is white, you know, he will always be white.
That's true.
But his mother is black. And history have a way to twist and turn that maybe, 100 years down the line, she didn't look black again, she become something else other than black, you know? Yeah. So, we have to take the initiative to preserve those history that we can pass it down to our children.
That is so true.
So by doing so, I actually, in 2001, I recorded that song at Studio Mix Recording Studio. Studio Mix Recording Studio is in Waterhouse here, and it's one of the original long-time studio before jammings exist. So to show you how long this studio is about, they have Studio Mix sound system, then Studio Mix Recording Studio. This was before jammings, you know. So we did that to really preserve the history of Bob Marley and to share it, and our children can come and share it, you know. Yes.
Amazing. Great to hear how this song came about, you know. We needed that. Listen to Imar Shepherd and Be More over there on Instagram. Thank you so much for joining us. I will be dropping the track right now. Bob Marley's Story.
You know, talk to archaeologists, anthropologists, the informative history man. I'm not a philanthropist, but what I did is out of pure philanthropy. Alright, Bob Marley's story, Bob Marley's story. History man upon the mic with Bob Marley's story. Bob Marley's story, Bob Marley's story. History man upon the mic with Bob Marley's story. 1945, Bob Marley. Tuesday was the day, the 6th of February. 9 miles central, we are down in the country. See the Lamar come, that is Bob Marley, mommy. Hold on, listen, you're a war in daddy. Captain Naval, sing to your Marley. 6 and a half, come with them baby. It's the man that on the mic with Bob Marley's story. Bob first to him, but the Imam Bunny. I want to go to school, then name Stepney. Hold on, listen, from your team, the figure. Bob first teacher, your Mrs. Isaac. At the age of 5, Bob moved to Kingston. Live at Airport Street for 1 London. West Kingston, I went back to run up and down. Return to country with Sigel and Malcolm. Bob Marley story, Bob Marley story. It's your man that has the Bob Marley story. Bob Marley story, Bob Marley story. It's your man that has the
Bob Marley Story by Informative History Man. This is available on all platforms. Is this a part of any of your albums or is it just a single?
Okay, this song is on Chronology Volume 1. Yes, it's on Chronology Volume 1, yeah.
Okay, wonderful. Well, that's good. That's good. We know it's on Chronology Volume 1. Absolutely. Amazing sounds. Now, to get so much information, about, Bob Marley or some of the other inventors that you sing about and, great icons, do you have like a team of people you work with that get the information for you or assist you to get the information and then you put it in form of a song? Or do you do all of this by yourself?
Oh yes, it's a team. It's 3 of us work together. It's me, myself, and I. So this team just go out there and grab the information. I mean, we're going to the books.
Yeah.
We're going to the internet.
Yes.
And of course, we reason with family member and close friends, to get some real verbal first-hand history. Like what I was doing in Bob Marley Story, of course, I speak with Bombay, I speak with Alan Spicole, I speak with Mama Rita, I speak with Stephanie Marley,
Yes.
I speak with Mr. Tata. Tata was really one of the men that was beside Bob over in Trenchtown. I speak with Georgie who cooked the porridge. So yeah, I had a lot of first-hand info.
Absolutely.
Even Sandy Davis,
Yes.
who also writes on a Bob song, So yeah, I really get to speak with close people, and then we read a lot, as I said before.
Yeah.
So yeah, the information. I mean, it was hard, yes, at times, but there is anything you want good won't come easy, you know what I mean? You have to make sacrifice.
That is absolutely.
That's why I'm saying sometimes you have to find your burden in desolate places.
That is so true. Yes. So how long did it take you to put, especially this song, together?
Wow. I honestly, I cannot say no, but I know it's maybe a 3-4 month worth of work.
Wow.
Yeah, it's about 3-4 months worth of night and day work.
Not an easy task.
To-
Oh, yes.
It's not an easy task. I mean, because sometimes you talk with somebody and then tell you one thing this way, and when you talk with somebody, then tell you the next thing the other way. So you have to find the third person to see who will
Exactly.
come match up with one of those two that you hear before. Then you can know, all right, this one is the right one. That's why even for you, if you feel sick now, if you go to a doctor and the doctor say you need an X-ray, don't remember an X-ray. Check on next doctor. And if the next doctor say you don't need an X-ray, don't sit down. Go find a next doctor. And if the next one says take an X-ray, you take the X-ray. If the next one says don't take it, then don't take it. But don't just run with one person. Say, try 3 persons. And the 2 that say the same thing, then you work with that one.
Absolutely. Wow, that is the truth. That is amazing. Because everybody always tell the story, their perspective, their way, how they best that they tell it. So they always say you have to dig to find the truth. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, because if a lion writing a story about the lion and the monkey, then the story gonna write in the field of the lion.
Exactly.
But if you get here to write the story about the lion and the monkey, then you're gonna get the real story.
That is so true. Depends who telling the story. Yes.
Depends on who telling the story.
That is so true. All right. But you got some you got the right information, and you got to some people who are very, very close to Bob Marley. So I'm sure this is it. This is
Yes.
a true story.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, it is. It is. It is. It is.
All right. I have another song here. Babylon Create the System. Tell us how did that song come about?
All right. You know that rhythm first is a white Rasta virgin from America called Rasta Jabi who sent me that rhythm. So by listening to the rhythm, the message just come because that's all I write. Sometimes I don't just get a rhythm and just write anything just so. Sometimes I have to listen to the rhythm and let the rhythm tell I what to do.
Talk to you.
So it's really the rhythm talk to I and go within I consciousness and those sound come forward.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah, because really and truly, I tell ones and ones say, arrhythmia and palpitation is really two abnormal function of the heart.
It is.
And it's only reggae music can really keep it in tune.
Yes.
See? So, when you're really sitting to write a song, sometimes you have to just allow the man within you to inspire you.
Right.
And not allow the physical man to do the thing. Because everyone is one in two, you know. It's the physical and the spiritual. So, sometimes the physical have to just relax and make the spiritual run things.
Right.
Because the physical is just a material perspective all the time, you know, while the spiritual man go in depth. So after I get the rhythm and I listen, I just allow the rhythm to really dig within my consciousness, go within my intuitiveness, and the intuitive just speak to I, and the sound come.
That is it. That is it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Let me go ahead and drop a little piece of Babylon Create.
Yes, and of course, the Babylon Create system really and truly is really to show these people that yes, the Africans need a reparation, and whoever decides to repatriate, they should be free to repatriate because they were forced to leave their homeland to go elsewhere that they never desired to go.
Right.
And you could look at the Jewish people. I mean, after the Nazi and the Holocaust and all of these things, they were compensated by the Germans. See? So, Africans are the architects and builders of civilization. I actually have a new song coming. It's called My People Rule the World, Earth, Sky and Sea. The enemies are leading and stolen legacy. If them hate you for your color, no say a bad look. Racism, the natural byproduct. Look at the evil that they are deliberately designed. Oh, my Father, my Savior divine. Them say black around about me, ask them for how long. This required serious consideration. The mind transplant of the most successful as an operation, and the black and beautiful for you to hate yourself and love the enemy. Oh, my people, wake up and see. My people rule the world, earth, sky and sea. The enemies are living and stolen legacy. I see European statues and monuments all over Africa continent. For the statues of the great black men and women, I never see you make any mention of them. None could answer, they were all silent. From the present of history, they were all absent. Black people were slaves for all those Europeans, not to mention Arabs and Americans. And we create an economic foundation. Could not escape it with design and plan. My people who live with earth, sky and sea, the enemies are living and stolen legacy. There were those who wandered aimlessly, never want to cross the Caribbean Sea. Africans' inscription systematically erased and replaced by those of the enemy. I did not born in Africa, I mean physically, but Africa were born into me. So don't bother judge me by my nationality. Take a good look upon my identity. I'm proud to be black and that's the way I'm gonna be. Give thanks and praises continually. Yeah, man, I Kambooster and I don't change the dial, man. Real conscious reason I'm gone.
Real conscious, I love that. Now will that be on your newest album?
Yes, man, this one definitely featured in the next album coming.
Wonderful. So that was just dropped right here on Reggae Star Radio, exclusive from the Informative History Man. I love it. I love it. I can't wait to hear the rest of the songs on it and to do your album launch right here on Reggae Star. Looking forward to that.
Most definitely.
All right, let me go ahead and drop Babylon Create the System for our listeners. Babylon Create the System. Informative History Man is live right here with us on ReggaeStarRadio.com. We're live on Instagram, Kambooster _ Productions. We're live on Facebook, Kambooster main page. Yeah.
Babylon create the system. I become the victims. Babylon create the system. I become the victims. France, Belgium, British and Germany, Spain, Portugal and Italy. Rob me ancestors, bring them in a slave. Reparation is a must, me tell them the theory. Historical injustice that was in the country. Underdevelopment in the country. Marginalization, instability, social exclusion.
Babylon Create the System. Amazing. Now, repatriation, reparation, those are two words, you know, serious business when we talk about it, you know. Do you think this will happen anytime soon?
Yeah, well, I don't really think so. I know it has to happen, you know, because the after the back of the street of the victory and the longer them take is in your judgment, so they have to just do that, do what they have to do the right thing. They have to do the right thing. So we still have people like Very Shepherd, Dr. Michael Barnett, Minister Bob Grange, and other ones who are advocating for reparation, and not just Jamaica. We have other Caribbean islands who come forward together and form a reparation team. So yes, we are still agitating, for such costs. Not just cash but coins, because they are plundered. Our university, remember the Alexandria University was plundered by Europeans. They stole away all our books and all our artifacts. And then all of a sudden we hear about the Greek philosophers, Socrates, Aristotle, and all of these guys. Well, where did they get their knowledge? All of these guys, they plundered the Alexandria Library in Egypt and took away all of our artifacts. And then they study and rewrite and present our thing to us, twist and turn in other way, and say, yes, these are the Greek philosophers. We could remember that at one point, Greek did have to go to Ethiopia to get even a god to worship. Think about it. Go on the internet and look at Zeus. Zeus is a Greek god of war, god of thunder. Where did he came from? He's an Ethiopian. Even the name Ethiopia is a Greece who call it Ethiopia, because that's not an African name either. So, you know what I mean? Yes. We just have to just claim what is ours, and then just have to just do the right thing. Compensate us like how the Germans compensate the Jewish people. I'm not going to say Jews because we are the Jews. The Jewish. So you have Jews and you have Jewish. Right. So, as though they compensate the Jewish, they need to compensate we the Jews and the Israelites, because it's still we. Because Israeli is different from Israelites. These guys that American England set up and call it Israel, these are Israeli because they are not from the continent. And I want people to understand that there was no Middle East at one point. We just know that this was Africa. So you know them call Middle East, you know it was Africa. Yes. You know what I mean? Yes. So, yeah, them does have a period for the damage that them do. You know, and that is mentally, physically, educationally, spiritually, sexually, every alley. Wow. Yeah. So they need to compensate with. And I said, not just money, cash and kind. So just build up some university and just make the youth start explore and do the right thing. Set up a science lab that the youth can use the herbs and do what Imhotep used to do. Because none of these guys, they study and do research and cancer cure, and they come up with a cure that can cure cancer. And what them do? Then just stop it. And just know, say, yeah, watch me, some people to dead, make some people live. And right now, some money they are dealing with. They think these people care about people. They don't care about people. It's money, and them care about monies and God. You know? So we want our own labs that we can just know, so it's people we are care for, and not money. Because people is more valuable than money. It's not the money make people, it's people make money, so how come money becomes the priority now and down before people and all these things.
It is so sad, because when they could have found a cure for certain things, as you mentioned, cancer.
They do the research and then find it, then them cap it.
Yeah, because they make more money.
You tell me, look at AIDS. How long AIDS have been around. These people make it because it was made in America. They know that. And these people make it just to try to kill some people out because they think that the world is overpopulated. But right now, if you travel some place and see some empty land where not even animal and bird no reaches so yet, them can't overpopulate the earth because they don't know this farming. They don't think them know it. They don't know this farming. They don't know the wideness and the depth of it, man. So land we have to roll everyone, man. But, them just think the earth overpopulated because, them just put some people, kind of them in one little city and allow them to explore, and when them do explore, them say, wait, no man, when you go too far, we can't see you, you in our sight, we can control them. So, them just decide, so they want less population, and them just come up with something, and just kill some people, and them don't care about that. Yes.
You're always searching for information. I can just imagine a day in your life. I can imagine you're always reading, always trying to get more knowledge about things. What about the two years that we were actually locked down when we have, the COVID-19 pandemic? How did you use your time in during that period in terms of, learning more about what this new thing was to every one of us?
Yeah, well, to be honest, it was okay for me, only that it was sad to know that our brothers and sisters were dying all over the world, because whether them black, white, Chinese, Asian, I see our brother and sister them, whether them admit or not, we know that the oldest fossil on earth is still a black fossil. I mean, the Ethiopian call her Denkinish, but in English them say Lucy. We still know say we are the architect and builders, and everyone coming out of us. So it was sad to see my brothers and sisters were dying. But outside of that, for me, I never had a problem. I just moved same way, you know what I mean? I moved around because, I did get a letter from the authority that I could have just moved freely still. So it kind of gave me some time to really go within myself and catch up on something that I was too busy to do.
Yes.
So even within that time, it helps to write some more songs too, and and touch base with some people that we were out of touch with for a while.
Yes.
And help to even bring us closer back with the family, because sometimes you have your own family and you don't have time to talk to them because you're so busy with catching up with what's going on out there. Because Babylon will try to take everything out of your reach.
Right.
That no matter how hard you work, like you can't get a chance to rest, because if you rest one day, like your rent can't pay. Right. Or you can't put some book in your fridge or something. While some people don't work and have it all. So even when you are work like a them, you are work for same man.
Exactly.
To how the system set.
Yes. And
health-wise,
health-wise, informative history, man. A lot of people had to take a step back, or should I say a step forward, in terms of, getting their health together, because during that time we found out that, the more underlying conditions and things like that you have, that will cause you to get sick quicker. So a lot of people use that time to get their health in check, because that is a very, very vital part of our daily life. Some people just don't take that part, serious.
True.
Yeah. So that was...
Yeah, well, it's so true, but I mean, it's really true. But I'm saying the herb is really the healing of the nation. There is no sickness that can come on earth where the herb cannot heal, because Jah himself know the minds and heart of people, and he know that within time, people will have come with all of these things and more.
Yes.
So in the herbs that we call remember, there is nothing at all that you can make physically where you don't use something from the earth to do it.
That's true.
If you even go space with something up there, I still got creation.
Right. Yeah.
So, even everything that somebody invent, the Almighty himself, him the first inventor for it, because where would you get those material to invent whatever you claim as you are the inventor for?
Sure.
Whether you get it from the earth, the sea, or in the space, is still the Father creation. Whether you want to call it nature, or you want to call it God, the Lord, Allah, Buddha, Jesus, Selassie, no matter which name you want it, it's still the Almighty. We say Almighty because all might belongs to Him. Whichever title we give, all might belongs to Him. So Him is still the creator for that. So Him know everything when they want, because Him name knowing. Him name know everything. So Him know everything when they want, so Him put the herbs here for all of that. So every one of them bush where you see on the arm tree where you see them have them purpose. But because we are not scientists, we don't know all of these purposes. But we could remember when you little amigo country. My grandmother, then the people that drink coffee and Milo and all of these kind of things with them things say a nice tea. You hear him say, but people say seriously girl come give me. But people say that give me any weed there.
That's so true.
But one of them plum leaf there.
Yes.
I hear my grandma say, Lord, the pressure gone up. So if you find 2 almond leaf, come give it to my grandson.
That is true.
I'm going to pick 2 almond leaf and the granny and she just put that on her and it know she just normal again.
That is so true.
You know, so all of the miracles are right here in the herbs. But as I say, if you notice, the pharmaceutical company, they still fight the holistic doctor. Why? Because the pharmacy, they make drugs.
Yes.
The holistic, they make the herbs to cure you. So one treat you and one cure you. So when the herbal doctor give you a shot and cure you, then you're alright again. But when the pharmaceutical man give you a thing, he just a treat you and then he give you another side effect. So you have to come back. So you become one of his a person where you can just get some money from because you always have to come in because treat him and treat you. So you have to come in and treat you good or you might treat you bad, but you just have to come until another side effect come and they start come double now. So when you buy it start with $100, but when the next side effect they come down $150, and when you start take something for that side effect, they create another side effect so the money down to $200 and it continue. You know what I mean? So, you know, if the people are really honest and love humanity, man, already, man.
Right, that's so true.
And the earth is nice, man.
So many people right now, you know, is losing faith in the system. People don't trust the system. They don't trust the banks, don't trust the pharmaceutical companies.
It's not a system, you know. It's not a system. It's nasty. It's a shit thing. It's a SHIT thing. You know, it's not really a system at all because it's very nasty. It's a shit thing.
Sad. I'm gonna play a song because you know the other day with the entire saga that happened in Jamaica, you know, a lot of people with their, the money in the bank and the financial institution and investments and things, they no longer trust the financial system to even invest anymore. And you made a single, and I'm going to play it right now regarding that particular topic. And not only with the financial, side of it. Right now, there are so many teachers who are striking, the firefighters, the ones in the airports, the immigration officers. Let me clarify that. A lot of people down there in Jamaica have lost so much hope. They don't feel like they're being represented anymore. And because of that, a lot of people are migrating. Some people are just giving up right now. We just have to be encouraging each other not to. But there's no faith anymore in doing a lot of things, especially in Jamaica. So let me just drop this one for our listeners. You're tuned into Reggae Storm Radio. This is DJ Kambooster. We're live on Instagram. We're live on Facebook. And we're, of course, reggaestormradio.com.
Hey, I who take the house, but me have it. Up on the track. Ready to run. Make some money and decide to save some. Me and my wife, old age, and we daughters and son. Check me account, all of me money done. Oh, me money done, and me never draw none. They are who get the money out of both account. And I mean, then a who? If I know me and I know you, then a who? I must see you are you. Hey, I who get the money out of both account. And I mean, then a who? If I know me and I know you, then a who? I must see you.
Old Money Gone, that's the name of this one. Now, informative history, man. This song has been getting a lot of, a lot of plays on the radio stations, down there. I've heard, a lot of people, has been playing this because we get to understand that it's not just Usain Bolt, but there's a lot of people who, have lost their money in these financial institutions. What is going on?
Yes. But you see, these people are thieves, and a thief always find ways and means how to set up them things to make it look real than even the real thing. So what these people do now, like the same one that stole Usain money, what they do, they insure the money for 1.2 million. So it doesn't matter how much money you put in that company. If the company goes down, or if they cannot find the money, they are only entitled to give you back 1.2. So just imagine, you put $1 trillion in it, and something happens, you are only entitled to 1.2 million. So they know what they're doing. The company always make up with a mind and an idea to store from other persons. They have that in their intention, and that's why they do it like this. So, I mean, the youth putting money inside there too. I mean, spin it because a part of investment, and then when you check it, you put 12 million, and when you look at 12,000, you can imagine.
That is so sad, and to do it to someone like that. Everyone is important, don't get me wrong. And if it's even a dollar you have...
Yeah, everyone is important, what I mean? It doesn't matter who,
That is true.
Because, if one free, that doesn't mean that all is free. None is free till all free.
That is so true. But for someone who has represented the country and,
right, I mean, you have to see him as one of our ambassadors. So for you to treat your ambassador this way, it's very sad. It means that these people, they doesn't care, it's all about themselves, They are very selfish, they are self-centered. It's just about themselves. They don't care about you. They don't matter who you might be. I want to check all the lady who know they might try to sell a machine. When you look at your house is 100 million and all it costs. Where she get the money there and she never won a job now, but she's still in the office there.
Right.
100 million for your house value.
Yes.
And she never have no pharma company around. Besides, get up and go to work, but she don't go on the chair. It's yours, it's young, and move your asset from one place to another and take what she want out of it without you give her. Until she will have one house, we're going to 100 million. It's sad, man, but
and
we don't know what
it's not a good look because, the world is actually watching and people need to invest. There's a lot of people who need to, retire back in Jamaica. So this is not a good look because you're not going to trust the system to do it because a lot of people looking at it in a way. If they did that to Usain Bolt, what do they do to Kambooster? What do they do to me? What do they do to you? So I hope they get this thing rectified, to be honest, because it's just not a good look. Anyway you take it, at any angle, it's not a good look. So I hope he gets his money, and I hope all the other people who are affected get back their money. I think highlighting this in a song, because a lot of people, music is so powerful, and we could beat around the bush and people could disagree a million times about, what people sing in song don't impact this and don't. They can't tell me anything. What you put in your song is very important and influential. So when you use this opportunity to bring awareness, you understand, to on certain things, I must commend you. And not only on this song, but all your songs, history is important. To be honest,
the message in the music is very important, man.
Very, very.
And this is why, we are at the crossroad, where the music is concerned. From the music change from reggae to dancehall, there is elements within the dancehall that seems to step back instead of going forward, So where Rastafari did dominate the reggae scene, Rastafari don't dominate the dancehall scene. So the consciousness that was reggae and the consciousness that allowed people to come to Jamaica is not necessarily in the dancehall, The dancehall is more of a materialistic perspective of Jamaica culture, while reggae really offer liberation, dancehall offer materialization. So reggae music was like a beam of hope and a light to the world. So, when people reach in a certain form of depression, they could look to reggae to feel uplifted and feel powerful again, So the message has to be in the music. If we put the message in the music, the youth will be more smarter, the youth will be more wiser, the youth will be more educated, Right. Because the music does influence you, whether it's good or it's bad. I could remember when Nelson Mandela came to Jamaica. He said that during the time of apartheid, it was the music, the reggae music here from Jamaica that helps them go through the struggle. When Haile Selassie grandson came to Jamaica, I had the privilege to join the campaign and to travel with him, and in one of his speech, he also said, during the time of the struggle in Ethiopia, it was really the Jamaica reggae music they have to listen to, to get some hopes and some strength, So the music, the music is really life, is gospel.
It is.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, if you go back to Jamaica authentic music, you remember we're coming from the mentor, we have to give credence to that's one of Jamaica first music. Then you have the blue beat, which is really a half-beat of the American blues. Then back in 1959, we started out with ska. And we really say ska is really Jamaica first international music.
Yes.
Then in 1964, we come around with Rocksteady. We have to give credence to Scully and Alton Ellis, because we have to say they are really the father of the Rocksteady,
Yes.
Then in 1968 now, we come around with reggae. And we have to remember people like Larry Marshall.
Yes.
Because if you try to identify one of the first reggae songs in Jamaica, we have to look at Nanny Goat.
Yes.
We cannot look at no other song before Nanny Goat. If anybody have one, they can bring it up, but I don't know of him. But Nanny Goat would be recognized as one of the first reggae songs made in Jamaica, and that was Larry Marshall. Larry Marshall is not only a singer, he was also an engineer working at Studio One Recording Studio.
Yes.
So we have to give power to those people. They are also architects and builders of the music, and they help to shape it to make it be what it needs to be. King Tubby's one of the first to put out a dub single in 1971. Most people don't remember King Tubby's. And now when you go to Europe and Brazil and Mexico, it's really dub running things now. Dub is very big out here right now. Remember, if King Tubby's as a scientist, how to engineer for dub music,
Yes.
Yeah, so, dancehall come back in the 70s because when we are youth, we just know one place that named dancehall. There was never music that is called dancehall. It was really a place where the music took. That was a dancehall. But as time goes by and people start to toast over the rhythm, then the music become, the place not exists again. It's really, the music take the place of the name of the place and become dancehall.
Yes.
See? But as I say, we give thanks to all of the beats them. Because we say reggaeton now, reggaeton is a fusion of reggae. And most people act as if it's not really reggae that's coming from. You just make it look like it fall out of the sky. But you know, reggaeton is really a fusion of reggae.
It is.
You know, so we just have to give thanks to
all genres, yes.
To the founding fathers and mothers
who paved the way.
Who are the architects for these music here in Jamaica, you know?
That is so true.
So that track I tell you is kind of featured on the album. It's called Reggae Music. Reggae a Rasta music. I love enough to love it and don't abuse it. Reggae music. Reggae is Jamaican's music. I love enough to love it and don't abuse it. Reggae music, love it and don't refuse it. Big up the people that know how to publish it. You come to consolidate and disseminate the global impact of our music. Create revival, mentor jazz and ayabingi. Ska, blue beat and then we up rock steady. Reggae music starting at the late 60s. Dancehall music starting at the late 70s. Slim and Sam to our ancient singer. They must sing long before studio come round, yeah. The first record was made in Jamaica, 1953. Sims and Robinson do it. What was the name of the song? Till the end of time. Record a standing water, keep that in your mind. The first reggae song was made in Jamaica. Oh, please write it down on piece of paper. This is serious matter, about that take it to joke. Larry Marshall sing this song and they go reggae. Yeah man, that one coming in chronology volume 2, you know?
Looking forward, definitely looking forward for this one. This album, can't wait to get it. So much history, so much versatility in, you know, how you deliver and everything. And, you know, we get to learn so much about you, talented history man. So tell us, you know, time is kind of against us right now, but tell us what's apart from the album that everyone is definitely looking forward to. Tell us what else is in the pipeline for you.
Well, as I say, it's not only water running at this pipeline, and I hope that in coming night. See? But because I'm not the captain of the ship, even though I'm on the ship, it's really the most I who captain this ship, you know?
Yes.
So I can't make no decision, you know. It's him really make the decision because I'm the pilot. So if me rise a morning and him say, son, I want you to run with them and Mexico, you know. I just have to move.
Yeah.
And if he say, no, I go to Cuba, I have to move. And if he say, no, I go to Bush to the plant who can't, I have to do it. So right now, I can't tell you what's in the pipeline for history, man.
Yes.
You just have to know that the Most High, He is the leader who will lead the way, and I just follow. So all I can say, what is there in the pipeline, when it comes out, the world will see it.
Absolutely. So we definitely have to, you know, follow you on your social medias, you know, keep everything that you're doing, you know, close to us, because we don't want to miss anything, you know. There's a karaoke coming up, I think, for the end of this month. Tell us a little bit about that. A karaoke contest?
Yes, it's a karaoke and contest. It's happening in Spanish Town. I mean, well, the world is volatile, yes. But there is a few hot spots in Jamaica that, because the government pays less attention to the youths, those youths are desperately in need of everything. So because they can't get it the right way, then they go the wrong way. I mean, when the youth started to go to the school, the teachers are the first one that predict the youth, you know, and sometimes the teacher don't predict the youth in the right direction. I think the youths that give the most trouble in class are the one that need the most attention. But in school it doesn't work that way. The one that give the most problem is the one that get the less attention. So that's the one that become menace to society. And sometimes the problem begins at home. Sometimes the parent, the mother is the father and the mother. Sometimes the father is the father and the mother. You know, so when you see a youth act certain way, sometimes, you know, just because you want to do that, you know, is coming from the home. So you just have to spend time with a youth when you see him off track and try and mold him and get him back on track. So because some people pay attention to those youths, then they become menace, and everyone cannot turn their back on them. So you have a gentleman that is called Mr. Eugene Peter. He has won Best Caribbean Journalist. So he used to work with the Jamaican newspaper, The Gleaner. He has a foundation in Spanish Town. So he's out of his foundation that karaoke talent show have emerged. So being an artist and a people person,
yes,
I decided that I want to be one of the contributors to the talent show. So the History Man Foundation is going to present the second prize award trophy to that winner.
wow,
So that's going to take place next week, Saturday, 25th of April, and that's happening at 1C March Pen Road in Spanish Town. So you have to give back. In whatever you do, don't wait till you get rich to give back. Because it doesn't, when you get rich, it don't mean that you're giving from the heart. You're giving from the hand, and that doesn't count. You have to give from the heart.
from the heart.
So give now before you get rich, and the blessing will come. But when you get rich, you will just give more.
Absolutely. That is amazing. Should your fans be looking for you, in the States, in the UK, in Europe, anytime soon? Is there any plans for that?
Well, there's a lot of things planning, because I said before, we're not architects and builders of our life, Whenever time we say, tomorrow we're going to do that, it's like we're infringed on the most time.
Yes.
We just have to ask him to allow us to do tomorrow. So things are planning,
Yes.
Things are planning. We want to Africa, we want to Brazil,
Yes.
Because Brazil has the most black people outside of Africa. Brazil have over 200 million black people. But sometimes when you see the media show you Brazil, yeah, we are living in black people, but then,
There you go.
because all of these things are designed, So we want to go down there,
Yes.
And of course, we want Africa, we want South Africa too, because South Africa have over 5 million Rasta down there, more than the population of Jamaica. You see the teams that live in Rasta down there, so we want to go down to South Africa too,
Absolutely. Yes. And your Canadian fans
Yeah.
who are locked in and listening right now, I'm sure they want a little piece of history, man, because you've been there, on different occasions, to perform for them. So definitely.
Yeah, man, big up the Canadian fans, them, man, of course. When the time is right, we'll come forward. Because we have lost one of our agents that used to structure the show them for the movement during the COVID, so that kind of slowed down the thing.
Okay.
We're still working right now to get back somebody who can come on board and decide that, yes, let's work together.
Yeah.
Let's do some managing and some marketing and get back the thing going, because we used to travel all over the place. So because we lost this bridging, the thing kind of cold them. But from the Canadian fans, I heard them saying, So Canada, learn about Canada, the history of Canada, learn about Canada. These are the histories of the Prime Ministers of Canada. First Prime Minister was John MacDonald, elected 1867. This is reality. The second was Alexander Mackenzie, John Abbott, John Bampton, and Mackenzie Bowell. Just Super was the sixth one from way back when. We follow Willa said, and then Robert Boyd, and Atom again, William King, and Richard Bedford Bennett. It's a man that on them economy full of culture. Canada, learn about Canada, the history of Canada, learn about Canada. These are the histories of the Prime Ministers of Canada. The Prime Minister was Louis Laurent. Tell you a little bit about John McDonald. Him is the first and only to resign to scandal. Me have to tell you a little bit about Will Fowler. Him is the longest and broken term Prime Minister. William King is the longest serving Prime Minister. 21. Yes, I.
There you go. The Canadians are getting hot in the house. A lot of heart emojis and likes going up for
Yeah, man. You know what I mean? When we had the history, you know, just the Jamaican history, the world history, you know?
world history.
Yeah, man. So we big up all of the Canadian fans and we log in. I know we have a lot of people from France, a lot of people from America who log in. So we want to say about the President of America. Talking about the President of America. The President of America. Mr. The first president was George Washington. Who comes second, the man was William John Adams, Thomas Jefferson a third, then James Madison, James Monroe, John Adams and Andrew Jackson, Martin Van Buren and William Harrison, John Tyler, James Paul, McCarriff. He's out. So that's the Frenchman them, they go so. Listen to the Bob Marley, listen to the Bob Marley, equity, history man, avec, listen to the Bob Marley. Listen to the Bob Marley, listen to the Bob Marley, equity, history man, avec, listen to the Bob Marley. Me no sanka and sing not the Bob Marley. City and mighty lose to Savior and I'm my sentence. Alla kampan, si de la malcolm, eti sa mama, atan, ikuti eti lu papa, captain naval, Sinclair Mali, silife edoni poselu baby. This was the Bob Marley, this was the Bob Marley, equity, instrument, avec, this was the Africans fans them. Say African inventors and their invention to know about them we need information. African inventors and their invention and listen to the informative history man. Africans make paper, just an alphabet, father of medicine they great immortal. Africans will have the civilization. European popular invent by James Adam. Black people know yourself and try stand up firm. This kid cut and make by AP has burned. Let me see the and the moon and support them. LCBL invent the folding bed. For the Rasta community, make us up, come on now. Read Rasta, give me and soldier. Can't come call line, no carbon paper. I read Rasta, give me and soldier. History man, this about a Jamaica. Me no eat fish, and me no eat lobster. And I make it and there is no sea visitor. Me no eat hen, and me no eat rooster. Nothing at all, me no eat with feather. Me no eat piggy, and me no eat ramen. Nothing at all with face, me don't near me. Me no eat crab, they look like Anansi. I know everybody can cook fruit in it. So we Rasta, Indian. It's true. Negasa. You said the first Prime Minister was John McDonald, elected 1867. This is reality. The second was Alexander Mackenzie, John Abbott, John Thompson, and Mackenzie Bowell. Just two powers, the sixth one from way back when. We follow the last seven, then Robert Borden, Arthur Megan, William King, and Richard Bedford Bennett. It's a man upon the economy full of culture. The 12th Prime Minister was Louis Laurent. Me have to tell you about the 13th Prime Minister. His name was Mr. John D. Baker. Mr. Pearson, that the man who come after. Pay through that Joe Clark and Mr. John Turner. Royal Man was the 1984 winner. King Campbell at the only female Prime Minister. John Quinton, Paul Martin, and Stephen. John one name other than the man after that, the man wicked. Alright, good me about me, sick and a sat, me eat them, cut them, got them up. Moses party, see it all up. Fear of them army, the word of them sat. Children of Israel, the word of them God. Sons and daughters, mothers and that. Israel king is Israel God. From the know that they must have young God. Like the fear, make up and down. Wrong, tell Babylon, tell me to take a home. Rastafari, let me take home. I wish I said, sit down, come at you. I'm gonna eat them meat and I suck them bone. Rise up at like in a gun as well. But not okay, enough for me with a one man, other than them, not other than. Kambooster to the world, and I keep it laughing about you tonight.
What a talent informative history man live on Reggae Star Radio. Much love. Somebody just joined from Japan, and I know say you have something for every country right now. The Canadians are setting up the fire, the Americans are setting up Olga. You have something for everybody. Wow, OMG, informative history man. We could go on and go on, definitely. Promoters who are locked in right now, who are listening, you need to get informative history man. Whatever city or country you are right now, you need to get him on. Summer is coming up, his new album is coming up, and he has so many songs that's out. So you can't lose it with an artist like this. Wow. Definitely. All right, so we're winding down right now, and I'll just love for you to tell us your social media handles and how fans and promoters, producers can reach you, to book you and, dub plates, things like that. Just give us a recap of that.
Okay, so you can find me on the social media on Facebook. It's Informative Historyman or Historyman Chiffin. On Instagram is informative_historyman music. And YouTube is historyman100. You can email me at historyman9000@gmail.com or informativehistoryman_@yahoo.com. For WhatsApp, you can WhatsApp at 1-876-890-6911. That's 1-876-890-6911.
Yes, thank you so much. Wonderful. And go ahead and shout out your team. The team and your peeps, your fans, everyone who, you want to shout out.
Yeah, well, it's a whole lot of fun, the fan base large, So we have to big up all of the France people, them, the German people, them, the Belgian people, them, the Italians, the Portuguese, the whole Africa, the whole continent of Africa, the Canadians, the Americans, the whole Caribbean, the Mexicans, the Colombians. Yeah, man, the Japanese, the Chinese. Just big up Earth, man, because Earth today, and we love everybody at Earth, So big up all the ones at Earth, but the fan base, it's wide. Big up the Rastafarians community, Yeah, man. Yeah, big up each and every one, man. Right, just in Jamaica, big up Tony Mac, Tony Mac is really one of the person who helped to shape and build the music. He had a talent show back in the 70s that, a lot of people come out of his talent show, like Sugar Miner during the African Brothers time, the Philip Fraser, the Michael Prophets, the Johnny Clark, all of these stalwarts had emerged from his talent show. So I'm big up Tony Mac. Tony Mac right now, gone up in him 75-year-old, but him still stand up strong, seeing look like him going to 75 more.
Wow.
So I'm big up Tony Mac. Big up all of the veterans then who clear the path that we could come now and have this pattern to run forward with. So big up all of the ancients then, man. Money and Scully going through, God bless them soul.
Yes.
But big up all of the elders them seeing here. King Yellow, man, big up yourself. I could remember back in 2000 when I entered the Cases Talent Show. Yellow Man and Nadine Sutherland was still the person that comes to give a spectacle. And Yellow Man say, history man, listen man, whenever time you go out to perform, if you go and 10 person come, perform like you say 1,000 because you're doing your own audience. So if you give the 10 your heart, mind, body, and soul, they're gonna go home and tell them friends, and next year when I'm saying for you, that 10 gonna multiply to 100. And when you perform with that 100, it's gonna multiply to 1,000. And we see it work, you know what I mean? So we say, big up yourself, King Yellow Man. Yeah man, big up Carl Dawkins, kind of left me an inch. Big up Rotan James, Studio One recording artist, Errol Dunkley. Johnny Clark, seeing the Ed Tones. Yeah, man. Big up all of them, man. The Tigers, the Silver Tones. You know? Admiral Tibet. Yeah, man. And we have a whole stalwart of young upcoming artists, like one of the artists that right now this youth of the world need to see him named Ras Brando. This youth is a power with Ninja Man, and if you want this Ninja Man, you have to kill a youth before you can reach a Ninja Man. And named Ras Brando. Very talented artist. You have an next youth named Truthful. Very talented artists. The world need to see them youth, man. All the talented artists there. I'm not telling you Europe. It's just one set of people you see, and the people in the one that's away. Jamaica can produce some artists. But I picked them know. They know they are shelf the youth them stand. Yes. Shelf them like mackerel and sardine on a shelf bedroom. We need some people to get some youth some explosion. And the talent they're trying to hear some youth right now. You're the wonder. Yeah. All them talk about them Bob Marley there. They want the Bob Marley there Jamaica right now. I just exposure them on to the people discover them. And see? That's what so we give them this space with Kambooster because she had a great work and know of course a lot more time going to come through and the world going to listen to one us away. We never hear about that one day. Yeah. But there's a lot you don't hear about. You know, but through this medium you will, I'm sure.
Absolutely, yes. Looking forward to interviewing Ras Brando because one of our Canadian listeners actually, wrote Ras Brando's name on the screen saying that you're friends with Ras Brando even before you mentioned him. So looking forward to, hearing from him. He's great. He has great talent. The world needs to know that.
Yeah, man, great talent, man. Right? Another song I mash up the whole world now. Them a fight over land where them can't carry. All around the world up your dead body. Yeah, man, that's how we are the place you read right now, Tell about the war we are born right now. Out there, eating pretty. Yeah, man, that's man, great youth, man. Absolutely. And a spiritual youth, We have the spiritual people, then. You can't take the material people, them, Reggie. Because they're gone if I have the material, we have those right now, You can't. You never wear a good pants. When a man dead, he never knows he never good shot in the berry, because they have to cut all the shot back to put it on him. Bust all the pants to put it on. Sometimes they build all the coffin too short, they have to block all him too foot. So, right now, don't bother those about to look at material thing, because you cover with nothing and you gotta leave everything here. All the big pretty house where you build, and I'm going somewhere. When the dead gone, all the enemy go live in that. Sometimes nobody will live in there, animal take it over, insect and bird or animal. So just be nice, man, and give thanks. Every day you ride and just love people and share what you can. Because this life is not the end of it, This life you're living now is a key like you put in a door. This life you're living is like a key to open a door. So because no man not dead and come back, some man say no dead I eat that, but not go so. Enough time he dreams to my old people who dead gone, and then tell me some things I see happen. So that means that the spirit is still alive, roaming earth. So no man can tell me that. You know what I mean? Some people don't get the vision, and it's hard to share vision with people and get the vision. Sure. Sharing a vision, somebody that don't even dream much as a vision, is like giving a baby a hard dumpling to eat, and the baby can't even bite crushed banana.
There you go. Wow, thank you so much. So much information, so much knowledge, so much insights. Informative history, man. First time here on Reggae Storm Radio. Definitely will not be the last, because he has his album that is coming out. I just want to say on behalf of the entire Reggae Storm management and staff team, myself, Kambooster, and all your listeners, all the viewers all over the world, everyone on Instagram, on Facebook, and on the radio station. It was definitely my pleasure having you. All the best. Keep up the good work and keep us posted every time with great.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure having me. Yes. Big up you and the whole radio crew, and big up all the fans that log in and those who never get a chance to log in. We are here, man. Just love each other, and God will bless you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Have a good night.
Have a blessed one too.
There you have it, informative history man with us right here on Reggae Storm Radio. I want to say thanks to everyone who tuned in and made this great reasoning a reality. Thanks to the informative history man. Look forward to his album that will be coming out shortly. Follow him on all social media handles. Go ahead and subscribe to his YouTube channel. Have a wonderful night. It was definitely my pleasure. Stay tuned to Reggae Storm. Our next DJ will be taking over right now.